If you were to ask me what my 5 top vegetables were, sweet corn would definitely be in the top 5. It's one of those amazing vegetables that grow, as you can see behind me, 5-6 feet tall, grow very rapidly and are fairly easy to grow with a little bit of know-how. But when it comes to this time of year now, we're right at the end of August and the sweet corn is appearing to be ready for harvest. How do we know when's the right time to pick the sweet corn? So in this video I'm going to show you what to look for so that you know when to pick your sweet corn at exactly the right time for perfect fresh corn cobs. So if you like the video, don't forget to give it the thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel for future videos on how to sow and grow fruit and veg and a few recipe ideas, then please press the subscribe button. So here is my sweet corn. Absolutely fantastic when you see the size of this sweet corn. I'm 6 foot tall and some of the plants are slightly higher than me, all grown from a tiny little yellow kernel of a sweet corn seed. This is a variety called Incredible F1. Started the first lot at the beginning of April. I always start sweet corn in pods in the polyhouse. If you've got a polytunnel or a greenhouse, then you may do the same. And the reason for that is because it does like a good temperature to germinate, typically 20 to 23 degrees for it to germinate, and I find it much better in the polyhouse. There's no reason why you can't plant sweet corn straight out later in the year, maybe late May or June, for a later crop. So there's 2 sowings here. The left hand sowing went in early to mid-April, and the right hand sowing went in round about 4 to 5 weeks later. So the first sowing is now ready for harvest, but how do I know whether or not it's okay to pick the cobs? So let's go and have a look to see what we'd look for to know when the cobs are ready to be picked. The first thing to note is the appearance of the cobs themselves. You can see they start to develop the sweet corn cob. Now this one is one of the later sowings, so this is still developing. And then you'll notice at the top of it, it starts to produce almost like these, almost like hair. It actually feels like a hair texture, and that's telling us that the cob is developing. Now in these later sowings, these tops of the sweet corn are very light in colour. But a clue to know when the sweet corn is ready, if you go into these earlier sowings here, look at the difference in the top of the cobs. The appearance at the top is much darker and much drier, and that tells us it's nearly ready to harvest. So what we need to do now is look at the cob itself to inspect the corn. So what I'll simply do is take a cob and gently just pull a strand from the hair and just pull it down, just to have a look and inspect the cob. And I can see here that the cobs are a nice colour yellow, which is what I'd expect to see if I was to buy or see this type of thing in a supermarket or a shop, and that tells me that it's nearly ready for harvest. The top of the cobs are generally a lot drier, and you normally have to take them off anyway, so don't worry too much about the top of the cob. What you're looking for is from about, I don't know, about an inch and a half down, and see whether they are ready. And they look absolutely perfect to me. So that tells me now I can now take them off and pull them, and the way I'll do that is to just get my hand around it in the middle and firmly just pull it, holding onto the stem with the other hand in a downward direction, and then twist it off, and then it just comes off. And there I have my corn cob, and here you can see if I was to take the skin off it now, it is a perfect corn cob. So there you can see the cob better now it's been taken off the main plant. You can see the nice juicy yellow corn itself. The top bit will be taken off anyway. It's normally much whiter. You won't use that, that'll just be cut off. If when you inspect and the corn cob is like that all the way down, then you need to just gently put back the strip that you've pulled away, and then leave it for a week or 2 and inspect again. But this one here is perfect. There's quite a lot you can do with corn. The way I like it best is to boil water, so let the water go to boiling point. Then when it's boiling, just cut the sweet corn in half and put it in 2 bits, so I'll get 2 bits of corn out of that, and leave it for 10 minutes only. It's absolutely delicious. You can barbecue it, grill it. It's quite versatile. You can even take the corn off and use it for a whole range of different other types of recipes and other uses. So I hope you liked the video, and hope that's give you an indication of how to and when to pick your sweet corn. If you've got any comments, put them in the comments below. What type of varieties of sweet corn are you growing? Being interesting to see what you're growing. I've always grown this one, Incredible F1, because it's always worked, but it'd be nice to see what other people are growing as well. So just pop a comment in the box below and share it with others. So if you did like the video, then don't forget to give it the thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe to the channel for future videos on how to sow and grow fruit and veg and 1 or 2 recipe ideas, don't forget to press the subscribe button. I'll see you all on the next video.